Oh, this is great.
Hell yeah, shit. Okay, good. I could
How long
bring
have I known you, Opina?
shit, man.
Easily a decade, but is it
A
13?
little bit more than a decade.
We'll say 13, actually.
Yeah, we'll say 13 years.
No, really, I really think it has been 13
It's
years.
been about that, yeah.
2011?
Something like that. But I wasn't really like into the music like that.
You
But
were
I was
around.
around. Yeah, I was around. I was around because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was around because the shit that and you were a part of it, King G, all you guys were doing, like to me, kind of changed the sound, and I like that sound more than the
Previous.
Chicano sound. They say,
Before we start, I just
yeah,
want to say shout out to everyone watching at home. You know what it is Icon TV. Shout out to my good friend Opina right here. As you
yes
guys
sir,
just heard us say, I've known him for many, many years.
13.
Shout out to my sponsors. Shout out to Cookies. You know what it is. Make sure you guys check out the Cookies website. Link in the description with the promo code Icon20. If you're at Cookies Maywood, Cookies Melrose, tap in for 0% off. Shout out to Shockaware, you know what I'm saying? Check out shockaware.com for all your streetwear essentials. Matter of fact,
As long as it's an XL.
cookies. Well, first,
That's just like shit.
here's some vibes papers
Oh hell
and
yeah,
some cinnamon milk.
cinnamon milk.
I know
I
you
got, I
may
got.
not blaze
Oh,
it.
shit, I
Don't
got.
worry.
No,
Don't
okay,
worry.
well, I'll get it at the end.
I know you may not blaze it, but I know that your significant other does. And here's this. And you want a 3X, but the cookies close runs a little small.
Oh, does it?
So I gave you a bigger size so it fits you correctly.
Damn, dog.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then there's a lot of accessories for you in there. Yeah, a lot of little stuff. There's gear, socks, trays, grinders, whatever.
Real deal over here, dog. I like the setup, huh?
Highly appreciate it. It's not as big as where you're used to, but it's not bad. We make the best of our space
Yeah,
here.
no, it's innovative, dog. It's you know what I'm saying? It's different.
Make sure you check out all my oh yeah, the honey packs. You know what? I don't
Oh
know if I
yeah.
could give you honey packs.
Oh no, I'm good on that,
I don't
dog.
think I could
Yeah,
give you a honey
yeah, I don't
pack. You
fuck
don't
with
need all
those,
that
man.
extra stress.
It's all up to honey packs though, you know, but
She could take a honey pack.
oh yeah, give her some. Yeah,
I'll give
yeah.
her a
They
girl
got girls
the girl
versions?
honey pack.
Oh
Yep.
shit, oh it's on. I'm gonna be up for like 3 days straight. She got 10 years on me. Dog.
Shout out to honey packs.
10
Make
years.
sure you check out all the sponsored links in the
Motherfucker trying to
description.
kill me out here.
Yeah, homie, take a honey pack,
Yeah, dude, oh,
homie.
boy.
That's the
Yeah.
so
And these chairs are comfortable. It's like they're fucking.
yeah, everyone, you know what? People don't believe. Like, look at Icon just slumped in his chair. Yeah, fool, you
Nah,
stay here.
I'm slumping too. It's
This shit
nice.
is a great chair. That's why I got it.
Yeah, it's a big chair. It's like
No, yeah, we're chilling in these
chilling
motherfuckers.
with motherfuckers. Hell yeah.
Let's start at the very, very beginning, sir.
Oh
Because
man.
there's a long. We could talk about so many different things, but let's
Yeah.
just start in
Shit.
order from the beginning. Where did you grow up, and what was it like growing up there, brother?
I was born and raised. I was born in Brawley, California,
Highly familiar.
Imperial Valley.
Hmm.
Raised in a little town called Nyland, about 18 miles north of Brawley.
Is it that far?
Yeah,
if you're
it
on
doesn't
that
seem
road
it
and
doesn't
it
seem
hooks,
like it. Yeah.
because Nyland is where it hooks, right?
Yeah, hooks in the Calipat, and then they
Yes,
go to Calipat, and then
exactly.
Brawley. Yeah, the prison's like in between. Yeah, 18 miles. I know the drive, dog. I know the exact mileage.
That's why I'm saying in my mind,
Yeah.
like I could picture the
Say
road.
it's 8 miles to Calipat, from Nyland to Calipat, and then from Calipat to Brawley is 10.
Yeah. You're right.
So
You're
it's
right. You're right.
18 flat. Yeah. So grew up there. You know, my whole family was born and raised there, and you know, just same thing like everybody else, just a small town. Uh, you know, same old story, dog. Mom and dad prison. Grew up poor. Switched around a lot of. Good thing I got switched around in my family though. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Aunts and uncles. I wasn't like in just a brief time. I went to like Los Niños for like I could hardly remember it. And just back and forth. And you know, when my parents would get out, I'd go with one of them, or my mom was in SD for a little bit, so I'd go with
Hmm.
her for a few months, back to Nyland, and so on. And then it wasn't until I hit about 15 is when I moved to Riverside, and I kind of had a second home, I would say,
Did
like a
you
strong.
get in any trouble when you were in Central California? I mean, over there next to
Yeah,
Fresno Left?
I was getting into like a lot of squabbles, like early teens, you know, and my dad hit me up in prison and was like, "Hey man, you know, you want to do something different? You go live with my brother in Riverside." So I took the opportunity. It was kind of already going that route. You know what I mean? So I kind of like took the opportunity and I moved in with my uncle, and from there kind of got into more trouble. Went from one ghetto to the next, kind of in a way. You know what I
I
mean?
would
Yeah,
probably say it's probably worse in Riverside
yeah, in a
because you
way,
have
yeah.
access more to
Depending,
the
yeah, the
city.
city,
A
yeah,
city ghetto is a little bit worse than
yeah.
a rural ghetto,
But at
I
the
think.
yeah, you could be right. But at the end of the day, too, I think like um my family was looking to the future because like you can get caught up on the border real fast
Hmm.
with a lot of like moving illegals or getting, because like if you stay in Imperial Valley, there's only like a couple things you could do, dog.
There's certain hustles for certain
Yeah, like
places,
yeah,
and
you
border
get
towns have
yeah.
very specific
Yeah, you
hustles.
can only do a couple things like move illegals or sell drugs or shit like that, and so like it's kind of like they kind of waited in. I feel, I don't know if that's what they did, but I feel like it. Like
I'm mad at it.
yeah, my pops, he did a lot of time, a lot of prison time, and so he was into all that down there. So that's another reason why.
Now he was on it.
Yeah, he was on it. So went to high school in Riverside. Uh,
When did you start rapping? Did you already start rapping, like dabbling with the music and fiddling with writing and freestyling or what have you,
no,
when you were over there?
no, I came in the game late at 31 and a half, super late. 30, like yeah, dude. I
So
didn't,
when did you start rapping?
that at that time I wasn't a
Really? So
rapper.
okay, continue your story then. So now you're living in Riverside.
So now I'm in Riverside, and I went to high school. After high school, got a couple jobs right there. Was right there at the Lowe's in Riverside. I was at Home Depot, then I helped open up the Lowe's.
Oh, so you
And
really were a forklift driver out here in these city
nah,
streets.
nah, I was a specialist. Damn, dog, I was a specialist. So I was at Lowe's, and then I got transferred to the Bay Area.
That's tight.
It was cool. My pay went up, so I went out there, caught a case against some friendly people up there.
Ah,
Yeah, that's where my story is. That's why people ask me about like the little grudge I have. It's my personal thing. You get what I'm
no,
saying?
I
So
feel it.
I caught a case up there, came back down, and then after that I moved back to the valley. I was like 23 at the
How
time.
many years or months did you spend up north?
I think it was like a little less than a year total. A year,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it was
that's
like
only because I see little remarks or what have you. And I'm
yeah,
like,
but
where the does this even come from? But now I get
yeah, it
it.
was a time where, but it was a time where it was like, they were
Rocking and rolling. This
rocking
is
and
many
rolling.
years
Yeah,
ago.
many years ago. Yeah, so it's a little different. And like I try to be cool. Like I was trying to go up there to work and do my shit. But I mean, your style and the way you dress, like they already know. So fuck that. There's not. I mean, you could try. Like I was making like $20 an hour back
And
then.
back then, that
That
was
was a lot. That
fire.
was fire. A little more than that. Not to brag. Like 24, 25. So I was making only like 15, and then they up at 10 when you go up
Yes, yes. When
to
you
the
dip.
bay. Yeah,
Yes,
when you
yes.
dip. So and caught a little case up there, and then I came back down, and then I just moved back to the valley when I was like 23 to like
To the
third
Imperial Valley.
to Imperial Valley. I went back. My pops got out. And we were just rocking and rolling down there, having a blast, dog, straight up, running the streets, doing the shit that we do. It was fun. Had a cool little run. Did some time out in my county, and then
What did you get busted for, if you don't mind me asking?
man, I ran over somebody, dog. Yeah, in the hood. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ran his ass over,
Do you
man.
feel
So,
like telling that story?
nah, it's cool. It's already done with. I ain't I'm not trying to brag, but I mean,
I want to
there was
know.
other shit. Well, yeah, I mean, like these dudes, they jumped me. They jumped me right there in the hood, and um, so I was trying to get them all back. I squabbled, one of them, and then the other one I couldn't get to. So I just plotted one day, and I was like, I'm just gonna get this fool. So I ran him over. I got charged with
Yeah, well,
assault with a deadly weapon. It was
it wasn't vehicular manslaughter?
no, because I didn't kill him. Yeah, I was sick,
Ah,
but I did hit him though.
it's
Like
only manslaughter when they die.
yeah,
I
I did
understand.
hit him. Well, anyways, all that shit besides the point. And
I
then
just want to know, were they on the curb? Were they walking in the middle of the street? Like, how did this happen?
yeah, well, he was just like standing right there, just by his gate, and I just was like, he didn't want to come out and play, so like this try to break my chest and break my
Damn.
ribs. That dog, So
Did you like break the whole gate?
nah, just him. I just like went for him. I think I don't know who was with him, his girl or something. But
She got it too?
no, no, no. I just went for him. Nah, fucking shit was crazy. Anyways, I was gonna go to Mexicali because it's right there, and my auntie was like, man, because she worked for the hospital. She was a doctor straight up.
Oh, so she was like, you really hurt that kid.
Because she was there like when they brought him in, and she was just like, you got to go to Mexico. Like, I think you killed him. And then I was like, nah, I ain't going to Mexicali. I came back, and then they had me right there in Island, fool. They had the whole team, like 20 cars, gunpoint. So I ended up.
No, because that must have been a crazy scenario
Yeah,
in
it
your
was.
small town.
Yeah, well, at first they hit you with a charge, like, and then it became assault with a deadly
No,
weapon.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
it was
first charge
attempted
is
murder,
attempted,
and then it's
then it goes
assault.
down. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
kept fighting it and fighting it, and then I ended up getting I did more than a county lid, but I got a county lid time served, because
Yes.
you know what I'm saying. I kept fighting it, and then I got the charge was that great bodily injury. They suspended my license for 10 years. I couldn't drive. Yeah, I went through that shit. A lot of people don't know, dog. You know what I mean? I
How old
went
were you
through.
when this happened?
I was like 24.
And that's why when I met you, you never had a
I
driver's
never had a
license.
driver's license, dog. Facts. Yeah, that
Damn.
makes sense now, right?
No,
Yeah.
yes,
I
because you would
couldn't
make
drive.
fun of
Yeah.
me. I was like,
I'm still used to her driving because I didn't
you just
drive
never
for I
drive.
didn't drive for so long, fool. And the shit was crazy. So I did that. There's other stuff too, but I'm not gonna get into it that I got caught up for. But that one was a no one and made the paper. You know what I'm saying, out there, and like I was being a dick to those dudes. The dude ratted on me and shit. So it was like a big old thing. And like uh, it's hard because in a little town like that, you see these people.
No,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
You're
Like,
interacting with people.
you're
You're in a
like,
college campus, basically.
yeah.
Everyone knows
Worse, dog,
everybody.
you're in like an elementary school. You see
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like kind of hard to like, and like everybody's related. So like, I ain't nobody. So to like go dust them off is like kind of
Intense.
is stupid,
Yeah.
because you're gonna get caught, So it's more like, stay away from me, fool. I'll stay away from you, dog. You know what I mean? Like I knew your grandma and shit. Like it's like that type of shit, dog.
No, I completely
And
understand.
not saying I'm over here. I don't kick it with no PCs or nothing. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I keep my distance from family or not, family or not.
No, I totally feel it.
Yeah. So that I went through that shit. And then I was going kind of crazy for a little bit. Like my dad died. He died in '06.
Rest in peace.
It really hit me, fool. And like I was like just going for it. Anybody just going crazy. And I got to a point where I got into a little scuffle right there in town, and it was kind of bad. And then I went to jail for it. I mean, it wasn't the dudes didn't like point me out or nothing, but it made me think about something, like, do I want to keep going this round? That's when at the time I was sick. And
Talk to me about what the fuck you got sick with.
okay, so dog, I did too much drugs, fool. That's
Really?
what happened. Yeah, literally like a one stop boom. That's the truth. Like
Did you fucking heart attack
we
out,
always
or?
stay away from that subject, but I like when I went on to like hood stocks, we didn't get into it. But man, I was just partying, and one day I went into a little coma, full boom, done. And I woke up and they were like, I was in Scripps Hospital in La Jolla out there.
They sent
took
you
me
the
up.
specialist.
Yeah. And then they were like, your heart, it went out. And I was like, damn, I was partying too hard. That's what happened, fool.
And they put a machine in you.
They didn't at the time, but the person that does those machines, he's real known, Dr. Gibson out of Orange County, Anaheim.
Shout out to Dr. Gibson.
Yeah, he was
legend.
they call him electrophysiologist, dog. So he came to see me. And
so what did they do to your heart when you went to Scripps?
So what they did is they just they put in
stent?
stents, and then they ballooned it like so it could breathe. They put like a balloon and
because it collapsed.
Yeah, like my heart, I had heart failure. That's what they call it. Yeah. So like most old people, they get heart attacks like in their veins that connect to the heart. Like if they have a vein that's in their leg, it'll get clogged. That's a heart attack. But I actually had a heart attack in the heart muscle, in the actual muscle, which is worse than that.
Yes.
Because if you have a vein, they can go in there and break it and cut it up. But when it's in here, they can't cut your heart open.
Your heart is your heart.
That's your muscle. Yeah. So you can have like a heart attack there or on your muscle. So I had it on the muscle, which is worse, dog. It was a little one, but that little shit is like bad damage.
No, extreme.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, but it messed up the electricity part. So that's why he came in and he told me, hey, your electrical system is like all wired crazy, dog. Now he's like, I don't know how I'm gonna fix it. Like, I don't know. I think I got to put this machine in. So they tried a procedure called an ablation where they go in. It's pretty like not a it is a big surgery, but not like they go in through your thigh, through that big artery, and they go in and they burn the parts that are firing wrong. It's called an ablation surgery for your heart. So they went in there and they did an ablation. They burned what they thought was like causing it, and it worked for a little bit. But then it like as the couple years went on, I was taking a gang of medicine. Like you're talking about '05 it happened. So around '07, and mind this, I'm still in the streets going. My dad died in '06, so I'm like sick and like doing stupid shit, you know. And it started going again, bro. Like I woke up one day and it just went up. Like I was like, it felt like I was running. My heart was like at 300 beats per minute. So they had to go in and do another one. And for that one, they sent me to St. Bernardine's right here in San Bernardino, and that slowed it down, and everything was cool. But there was like a little hiccup in my heart. So they said now we could put in the machine, and I think that's gonna really help you. So that was like about '09. They put the first one in '09, and I was strong, bro. I felt like everything like reviving, and I
Yeah, you
got.
thought you could play basketball and all this
Yeah,
extra
no, I
shit.
did start playing basketball. What you thought? Damn, I could ball, bro. Some real shit. I take all challengers,
Continue, sir.
huh?
I say continue, sir.
I take all challenges, but I do ball like every day, fool. So even with the machine, I play like 2 3 hours. Yeah.
So after that, then what?
So after I got the machine, that's when I started thinking about coming out here, and just kind of like chilling, fool, as we would say, relaxing.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I'm obviously not gonna talk in
yeah.
depth
It's just
about what I know about your existence, but the stupid shit you do doesn't really require chilling. I mean, you chilling,
yeah,
but you
yeah.
are not chilling.
So like but like when you're out there in the environment, it's different.
Mhm.
The access is different. Like when you're from the place that you're from, it's like more, you know what I mean? You're held more like it's like you if you lived in El Sereno, like in the heart all day long, you might be required to come out.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
and so you kind of I'm right with my homies, so I could kind of move the way I move, So I was like, you know what, I'm up out of here. And even the people I had beef with, I told them like, like it's time, like I don't trip, because one of them came to my crib like the day before I left. He didn't even know I was leaving, and because we know each other's families, dog. So we were
No, yeah.
chopping it up. Like I'm like, hey, and I go, hey, you don't even have to worry, I'm out. He's like, damn, fool, for real. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm outros. I'm gonna go do some shit, try something different. And then that's when I moved out back. I moved not out. I moved back to Riverside,
Yes.
and then I started my music career, like literally like a year and a half later after I moved from there to here. I started it. And it was all through like homies I went to school with, bro. I went to school with Python. You know Python?
I remember.
Yeah, I went to school with Young Free, Python, the homie Cynic, that's another one I started with.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Cynic.
Shout out to Cynic, so I already kind of knew Python and them, and they would be at the studio, but I wasn't rapping yet. And then one day, Cynic said, "Hey, the homie Cynic said, hey, get on a track, try a track."
Did I film a video for you first or Cynic first?
I think it was probably me, bro. Yeah, and then we went
Yeah, yeah. Then I went through
to
the
Cynic,
squad.
the squad, yeah, because you did Python too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
salute
yeah.
to them, man. I want to get them on a HaterWorld. Yeah,
I'm surprised you haven't.
yeah, it's coming.
Python, I'm sure, has a unique story.
Yeah,
So
he's
does
got
Cynic.
so the Cynic, yeah, Cynic's from OC, Python's from the Riv, so. Um, I always remember those times because even though you get in different lanes, it's still part of the history.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And
The last video I shot for Cynic, I think he had a Trey D.
yeah, yeah, he's
Wait,
always on that.
it
He's
was Trey D. Yep.
he. One thing about Cynic is, he sticks to the roots, like
Mm-hmm.
what he does. He likes that shit, that fucking old school gangster shit from
Mm-hmm.
Trey D, the East Siders, and
Yes, sir.
Spice One, and you know what I'm saying? That shit's
I
tight,
do.
you know. But yeah, so I started with them, and um, I had just got that machine in, you know, prior, what, 2 years before, 3 years, something like that. So I was pretty cool, you know. I had my ups and downs, like uh, you always, no matter what you have going on, even if you're healthy, you might have symptoms of something, and when you're unhealthy, you get symptoms no matter what.
Facts.
So, you know, you push through it. Like when I'm doing music, I'll push through certain things. I kind of know how to do it already. I'm older. Like a little kid that has what I have, he's gonna struggle more because he only knows to go run and play. He doesn't know how to be like,
Chill.
I just felt that little thing. I need to sit down and chill. They don't know how to do that, bro.
Yeah, yeah. They're just gonna feel a little jerk and keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah. Cause I seen some of the kids over there at Loma Linda that got what I got. It's a little different for them. Cause they
They want
don't.
to
Yeah,
around.
they want to fuck around. Me, I kind of know like shit. If I walk that extra mile today, it's not gonna be
That's
right.
your last extra mile.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could be, you know. So I gotta chill and you know, watch a movie, go eat some, kick back. Even when you're healthy though, because when you're healthy, you could be out of shape and you don't feel like you could go out, but you will if you're not in the right shape.
No, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, just learning your body and understanding your the circle you're standing in and not to get out of that circle is very very important when you're dealing with anything, especially condition. So yeah, man, I started with them and it went good for me. I went like went through
The whole circuit.
the whole circuit. You know
Because
how
it
it is.
started with the so me and you did whatever we did in the beginning.
Yeah.
Then you started I remember when you started doing the shows with us, what it was like the I suppose forest
Yeah,
shows.
yeah. People don't know that about you either. They don't. They think you weren't out there doing music.
I don't care.
But
I
I'm
was
saying
killing shit.
you were out there, yeah, even before me. So I mean, you know, you got to give the props where it's due, dog.
And
You know,
those shows,
we were at all these parties with G and there before anybody was
yeah, before everyone
was
was
going.
well, G was already kind of up.
Yeah, he
Because
was going up.
G
Yeah,
started from the bottom from the swap meets and moved his way all the
all the
way
way
up.
up. Yeah,
So but you kind of were there a little bit after G started,
yeah.
basically. You know what I'm
After
saying?
he started, kind of.
So anyway, so I'm just trying to understand where we are in the history of rap. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, 10 years ago
When I came in the game,
was
you and then I suppose, and then you had another homie, uh, was with I suppose
etiquette or something.
etiquette. You had etiquette. I was, and then you had already got away from the campaign.
Oh man, so that was already like no, yeah. So that yeah.
13, 14, yeah,
No,
yeah. Because I
yeah.
dropped Known in the Hood, the one with G, the video. I dropped that in 15.
The first that was like the movie
That
type
was the
one.
first video second video I ever dropped.
That was the one where you guys did
No, I
like a
can't say I
robbery
ever
or some
dropped.
shit
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that, right?
yeah. That was like the third video I ever dropped. The second video was Ghetto Kid with Two Tone.
Oh yeah.
And then the first one was Time to Grind. That was when I was with Cynic and Python.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have like a old ass album that the homie Cynic has. It's like a raw one. That shit's tight, dog, but he has it. I never. It's all raw, like
Ask
raw.
for it.
No, no, no. If I ask him, he'll come through with it. But
Drop that
I
shit,
want to
however it
hear it.
is.
Yeah, it sounds like some old like when you're listening to like
Mhm.
Moneybag Yo when he was young, like it's dope, full of like raw, like some raw shit. I'm hitting up the hood. I'm on that like little
You're on a
gang shit. You
yeah,
know,
you're on a trip.
it was tight, fool. And I heard some songs and I have like snippets and I'm like, damn, that shit was because they never got to see me like raw like that. They saw me when I was already like doing features and shit like that.
Tell me about how you met G. Was it through the I suppose shows?
Nah, you know what? I had a business mentality already. I had some chips already stacked, so the homies I was around at the time, shout out to them, you know what I mean? And some of them are gone, you know, doing a lot of time and they told me, "Hey, you should get whoever is doing it, but make sure you like their shit." So I was looking around and there was other artists besides G and stuff at that time, you know, because some of the older homies were still up, you know, like Rob was still up, all of them were still doing their thing. But when I was going through the music, I was like, I didn't like none of that. And then when I heard G, I was like, that shit sounds to me mainstream back then.
It
Like
was like G, Drummer, just the normal people that are
yeah,
still
you had
popping.
G Drummer at the time. You had yeah, but even Ono was popping, doing his thing.
Oh yeah, shout out to Oh
Yeah, well,
No.
back in his,
Yes, 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 yes,
I
yes.
remember hearing his catalog, like going, because I was trying to see what would be dope, and then at the end of the day, I go, man, G's
G
the
is
best one
Fame
out of all
Fame.
of them. Yeah, yeah, not to take nothing away from Self or Provoked or Own or all of them,
No, yep.
but he had
That was the
what we
time
were
that it
looking
was
for.
Fora, Self Provoke,
Yeah,
Oh
Fora
No,
was there.
Little
Yeah,
G. Reverie was starting to
Reverie.
bubble.
Yeah, shout outs to Rev, man. Yeah, and so I was looking through the catalogs because I wanted to hear what was gonna be dope. And then when I heard G shit, I was like, he has at that time he didn't have none of the shit he had now. He had like a smaller catalog, but I was like, that shit sounds tight.
Well,
It
you were
sounds
there. That was the time he was creating what he
well he
has
had yeah,
now.
yeah. So we he came to the studio right there at Little Green's, Little Green at Joe's. Yeah, OG Joe.
Shout
And
out
we
to
did
Joe.
a salute Onyx from Chino. He did the beat. It's all from scratch. He did the beat, and then we got in the studio and banged it out, dog. I had two verses. And then I was like, man, I'm gonna take one off. A homie's gonna come through.
Yep.
Because the way I looked at it is, I had other beats that were crazier, but that was one of the only beats at the time that I owned.
I
You
feel it.
understand what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
it
So I
100%.
already thought about it. Like, man, in the end, I'll make maximum whatever little dollars and
No, yeah, you
cents.
won't have
Yeah,
to worry about no bullshit.
bullshit. So we did it like that. He came in, knocked it out, and we didn't think nothing of it. Like I was like, and then I was like, hey, let's shoot a video. And then he was like, all right, let's do it. And then they came through. Crypto and him came through. We chopped it up. They came to Riverside, kicked it, and then we just got it in motion. We got Adam to shoot it. Adam Roberts.
Shout out to
Need
Adam
to get
Roberts.
him on the show. Ooh, that'd be a crazy one. He's a crazy mother dog.
That's a blast from the past. He's a
Yeah,
crazy dude.
Adam's a crazy mother, bro. He gets the craziest. He'll go like on the roof and like he
I
got
used to get
agility.
mad when that fool would come to town.
Yeah.
Like, man, that fool's gonna shoot all the fire videos right now.
Yeah, he was hot, dog. He was
Because he
doing
would
it.
come from New York, and when he would come from New York for that 2 or 3 weeks or a month or however long he would stay there with Two Tone, my bigger client, like the more popular clientele, would
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, go.
get videos from Adam
Uh,
for the town. Be like, this fool
Damn,
sometimes.
that fool's grimy, dog. I like Adam though.
Nah, he's a
He's cool
great
as
guy.
hell,
That
man.
fool showed me a couple of things, and he inspired me to want to be better.
Better, yeah, yeah. He's just
Because
one
this
of
is
those guys.
before what these fools don't know is like these little cameras now. This was the first time anyone was
Yeah,
filming videos with those cameras.
yeah.
So
And he
like when I did it, it was like Cast and Fame shooting videos for Urban Kings, and there was another fool named Bad Fame, Charles Bronson. I don't know if you remember
yeah,
that
yeah,
fool.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, and then I started undercutting everybody's price. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
that. And then Adam came, and he had a better camera than me. So I had a Canon
He had them
T2i.
lenses too.
So he had a Canon 5D Mark II, and that was the
That
god
was
camera at
yeah
the time.
at the time.
And even still, then when I see that camera right now, footage, I'm like,
That shit's tied out, yeah.
that shit's
He
still
had the
really dope.
lenses too.
He had a couple of dope ass L series
He had
lenses.
that fishbowl lens. He did use that in Known in the Hood. And then this fool would come with like shit, fool. Like he would come with the railing and the and I'm like, damn, this was tight.
That fool was hard.
He was
Fool.
cool, yeah.
He was older. He was doing his thing.
Yeah, he was doing his shit. And he
I'm all making excuses for myself.
nah. No, I'm telling you, we got that video and I like I put it away, dog. And then when you started doing Jay Bless, I was like, damn, this fool got hella good.
I remember now because for a second
We went to the Tyler Mall.
no. I remember asking like, when are you gonna drop that video? Not that it would have affected
Yeah,
me
I
in
don't
any
even
way.
think I responded.
No, yeah, no. I think you said soon or some
I
little
just
shit
kept
like
saying soon, soon.
that.
Yeah.
I wasn't tripping because obviously I was shooting a million videos, but
Yeah, I don't ever trip on stuff like that because sometimes at the time it 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 looks cool, but then when you're looking at other shit, like Adam was out, but there was other people doing videos too that were like crazy. It wouldn't fit. But then like time goes on and people get better. And then
mhm.
like I said, when you were shooting Jay Bless, you made that full shine. I was like, damn. I was like,
His manager was like, Eyekon,
and then your
look, I'm
prices
gonna
were
pay
up.
you this, and then if you could do these other effects, I'm gonna give you this. But we need it, fool, because I'm trying to do
Yeah,
something right here. And lo and behold, he was trying to get Jay Bless signed to Rancho. You know what I mean?
that's what
So
he's trying to do. Yeah.
I ended up working. So I shot 10 videos for Jay Bless. Not all of them had those effects, though. You know what I'm saying? At some point, I just was like,
Yeah,
"Dick, I can't.
yeah,
I ran out of effects, brother. I don't know what the you want to do." And now these little kids are out here. Well, no, they're not all little kids, but these fools learned how to do the crazy ass effects, and then I was just
yeah.
like, yeah.
Do you ever find yourself like doing this podcast shit and like you come from the era of like when it was hip hop? You know what I'm saying? Do you
Hmm.
ever find yourself giving more? I'm not trying to interview you. I'll just ask this one
Do
question.
you
Huh?
do
Yeah.
whatever
Do
you
you
want?
ever find like yourself like you give them too much props because you're trying to be too nice?
Nah, you want to know what? I just understand the landscape that
Yeah.
we're in. If I'm at Project Blow, that's too hip hop for me now. Like, I almost think
Yeah.
like
Yeah. No, for sure.
the new generation of what Project Blow is now, and those super hip hop ass fools are corny to me. Respectfully, don't get mad. It is what it is. But when I was 17 years old, which was a long time ago, you know what I'm saying? That's when the legends were there. It's what it was, you know what I mean? Fools really were
Yeah.
lyrical miracle ass fools back then.
Lyrical
That's
miracle.
when it was okay to
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Now, if you say some stupid shit like that, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
That's
look at
dumb.
you like, dude. But nah, like if I'm interviewing Scheme or Coyote, I understand where they're at and what playing field they're on.
Oh
But if
yeah.
I'm interviewing, I don't know, I don't want to say
Yeah.
anyone's
Yeah.
name
Yeah. I
because I don't
got you.
feel
Yeah.
any
Yeah. Going
up
through it.
way. But point is there's different types of rap, and you just gotta accept it for what it is.
Yeah.
You can't compare Nas to Little Yachty
Oh no 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 no.
because
That's
you're
for sure.
everyone's
Yeah.
gonna say Little Yachty's gonna suck. But Little Yachty,
Yeah.
and I don't really
Even
listen.
this new generation is gonna say Little Yachty.
But you know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like there's just, but he's
He's
rich
big.
and
He's big.
famous.
Yeah, he's big.
There's a ear for that.
Well, that's why I say like coming from even before our era, and like we were selling out the trunk, going to cities, hitting CDs. Like you had to go outside, right? And it was different in the era we came up in, that 2000. I don't know, say 8 to like 16.
2008 to 16, you
16,
had to
yeah. You
grind.
had to grind, right? And you had to have something that was cool, could
Like
rock the
there's a
crowd.
reason why some of us are still here and popular. It's because we have
Have
that.
the little bit, yeah, that we did back then, right? So I feel like if a lot of these young homies now, if you pull the card of like the big platforms like us, you, HaterWorld, Hood Stocks,
Mm-hmm.
it's would they know how to hustle?
Because even
You get what I'm
Hoodstocks,
saying?
Lucky himself is from a rap group called Scum City,
Oh, okay, shit, I
and
didn't know
they
that.
were doing their shit back then too. Facts.
Yeah,
I'd seen them on flyers
yeah,
for
yeah,
shows.
yeah. I remember that.
I suppose even had them on shows, or they were doing shows together, rather, same shit. I suppose it's a fucking event organizer. You had all of us on the shows,
Yeah.
right? So,
If you pull the platforms, you think that a lot of these young homies will survive
some of them are smart enough to
to
figure
go?
it
They have
out.
to go hustle. That's what it'll
Hmm.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to just go put yourself in everybody's face. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That seems easy, but it's not.
No, it's definitely
It's
not.
harder
Cause
than it's harder than
first you have to think it up. Then you have to get the tools to
yeah.
do it. Then you got to go physically stand there and
It's
do the
harder than
shit.
coming on the Hater World or the LA Icon TV show. It's harder than that, bro. Because now like I'm not knocking them. I'm just, starting combo,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
It's like okay, like if you bring a homie on here, he doesn't, now the game is he doesn't necessarily have to have rhymes. He just might have to do something viral on your show.
Uh,
That's different.
it'll probably happen on your guys' show,
No,
not mine.
but I'm saying like they got
Like I'm not allowing no stupid shit like that
but
over
they
here.
on different platforms they got to do something viral, which is cool. That's the game, right? And but like before it wasn't like that. Like there was nothing to even.
So when we were coming up, well, I don't even want to say that. I want to say maybe from like you said 2016 till now, you're either highly skillful or you're causing a big ruckus with
Ruckus,
some
yeah,
like type drama type
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
So you're either highly skillful or you're very dramatic. Or you have a crazy look, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. The looks
And you
now,
have a
yeah,
lot of the homies behind you and in the videos and things. Like let's be real, we're in the era of thumbnails. So
yeah. So if it
if your
looks,
thumbnail looks
yeah,
bang the fuck out and you put it on Latin Beast TV, you're getting 100,000 views.
yeah, people want to see that now.
Yeah. Or when we used to put all the broads on the thumbnail, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? I
damn,
think
that's what I'm gonna go back
I
to.
think you're a legend for putting a lot of girls in your video.
Yeah, I'm gonna come out with some new shit for like all new. I got
You should make it a combo and get some banged out ass
bitch,
models and
yeah.
just put them on the cover.
On the cover. I got 2 videos ready to drop, and I got a lot of songs in the cut. I just been
Didn't you say to me off camera you have like 100 songs?
yeah, like 75.
Why don't you just let it rip?
I'm
What's the
going
worst that
to
could happen?
this year. Yeah, no, this year. Yeah, yeah.
No, like literally just
Nah, because I want to drop videos to a lot of them.
drop them.
Yeah, I am. That's what I'm saying. I got one coming out. Should be coming out soon. Couple days. It's called Look. It's a banger, dog. It's a trap shit.
Solo?
Solo, my hook, and then right after that, I got another one called Gully. I put a little snippet. I think you've seen it on my story. It's like a hip hop. It's called Gully.
It's tight.
It's tight. Yeah. I'll do a video. I'm probably gonna end up maybe shooting some more part of that. Go downtown LA because it fits LA. It fits like the style. I even saying there. I said I'm not from LA, but somehow we relate. When I slide in the ghetto, you can see it in my face. Like it has that little vibe. Like because I always give props. Shit, I grew up on the Dodgers and the Lakers. My dad was a Laker fan.
No, yeah, it's not
I
like you
see
guys have
him
a
do
sports
it.
team.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see him do it. I'll do it too. You know what I mean? That's how I was growing up. There's a lot of Padre fans out that way, I guess. That's what Blue always says.
I
But I
guess
don't.
that's true because
It's
everyone
an,
will
it,
catch the 8 over to San
yeah, San
Diego or
Diego.
whatever.
Yeah, but it's split though. It's split. A homie of mine from Brawley calls in. He was like, "Man, ain't no Padre fans out here." It's like, yeah, but man, I never thought I'd be into podcasting though.
How did you meet Blue
Man,
Devil?
I did. I was actually an artist on his show.
It's Blue Devil.
Yeah, I was an artist on his show. I met him. I pulled up when G pulled up,
Oh, that's
and
tight.
then I met Blue, and then we chopped it up, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm from Opina, Imperial Valley," and I guess he has a history out there. He lived out there,
Hmm.
So from there, and then he just hit me up later, and he was like, "Hey man, there's a little opening. You want to come try it out?" And ever since then, it's just been. They're good dudes, man. Him and Droops, Blue. That's one thing about Blue. He'll stand on it. You know what I mean? He don't back down, dog. You know what I'm saying? Blue is blue, man. And you know what? And he pays his employees good, bro.
I
Keep
like
it
it.
keep it a buck. I mean, ain't nobody starving. I'll tell you that much. I'm cool. It's like that shit.
One time I saw, who cares? I don't even want to get into no
Yeah,
money shit about what he got going on over there. But yeah.
yeah.
You
No. He cool, but he.
don't remember him from back in the day being like a behind the scenes guy, or you came in right after
I
he
know. I
stopped?
saw all that, but I didn't know who he was.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like I remember seeing the whole stuff on the internet, and you're talking about like '07, '08. Yeah, I remember, but I didn't know who he was. I had never met him, and now shit, we're right there, like family, just doing
I
pod.
think it's amazing that he's doing what he does. He's got a particular thing going on over there, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
which
I
is
mean,
not different than what I do, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it works for him and he's
yeah,
doing tremendous, you know what I mean? So
yeah, and the main thing is like I always say, I say it in all the interviews, is like no matter how you see it, we're putting as many young people as we can on, giving them a shine. Sometimes it gets rough, you know what I'm saying, in the convo, but it's a shine that they wouldn't have. Like we just said, they'd have to go out there and sling out the trunk, and a lot of them just wouldn't be able to do it, bro.
what's been your favorite interview that you've conducted over there?
I'm gonna have to say the one that stood out to me the most. I like the J Rocks one. I thought that was cool. She was a little mellow, but I liked it because she came from the area I'm from, and it's hard to make it out of there.
That's fire.
So it was dope. Yeah, like, and even my auntie and my uncle, they live in Riverside. They're from born and raised
Of
there, but
course.
they were like, "Oh, I saw the interview. Like, man, to see a female come out of the valley doing her thing."
That's
So
fire.
yeah, and then like her dad's my age and stuff, and yeah, I think even before a couple of my uncles said they knew her dad. Like, so it was cool. Like that was a good one. Um, what else was a good one? There's one more. I'm trying to remember. There's been so many. Oh, the Cypress Hill one was dope.
That's fire.
Yeah, that was a dope one, bro. Cause
He's a legend.
yeah, and then I think he got me high. He just smoked. I didn't even smoke, but then like the names he has for his shit is called nitrogen. I'm like, what the is the wonder why
Perfect. I need
the
that.
wonder
Yeah.
why I'm high. I'm like, yeah, like that was a good one. RBL Posse.
That's tight.
He signed my
That's
the
dope.
RBL Posse, the first one. Um, That's just tight. I got it in a bin, and yeah. So it's just cool because you get the legends, and then you get the new ones coming in,
Mm-hmm.
and like we keep it I keep it very cordial. Like a lot of people know me in real life, so they like homies, like in the rib, and they'll be like, yo man, you're really nice on that show, bro, because like because it's like, and I tell them because I don't ever like a little bit out of pocket, but I won't ever get to where I'm like out of pocket disrespecting, because at the end of the day, these are young homies that are trying to come up, and I still got a heart for that. I still got love for them, you know. Even if the shit's not that good, I'm always, oh man, my dad used to tell me
You
all the
could be constructive. You don't gotta tear
yeah.
nobody down.
I can't even do that sometimes to them though. I won't even do that to the homies. My dad used to say when there's someone that comes and everybody wants to put him down, look for the things that he could bring to the table that he's good for the cause. Don't just see the bad things and then want to dust them off,
That's great advice.
Look for the one thing. I mean, he might be a dirt, but if he could bring something to help the crew, then keep him around. If he's a absolutely nothing, then he's got to go. You know what I mean? But like if he can do something, then so I always look for that when I'm, especially these young homies from the streets. A lot of them are from the streets, So I want to extend whatever I can, and when I extend whatever you do with it, that's on you. Like I
Mm-hmm.
want to help out that homie I said on the last one, Burner the Loke from Little Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I got a homie that has a studio in LA, so I'm gonna get him some time on me. Doesn't mean I gotta be there. I don't want no part of anything he makes off whatever
No, yeah,
songs he
you're just
create.
doing your part.
Yeah, just do your thing, and however it comes out, that's on you, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a director in music, or I don't write for people that much.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not heavy in that. So, but yeah, even sometimes when they're not good, like that good an artist, I try to say, okay, what about the look? What about his look? What about, and try to praise him on that, and get him going with that, because that's probably what they're gonna have. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
Their look or their style or their what do you call it? Shenanigans or the dramatics? Yeah. Hey man, you're flamboyant, homie. Like you could do it.
Push that shit.
Push that shit. That's what you gotta push. Even off camera, I'll holler at him like, yo, do this, try to do that, and you know.
There was a kid that I had on here on that little set right there, and it was the little boy Jada Mack,
Oh yeah,
the
yeah, I
super
seen him.
youngster
Yeah,
kid.
he's young.
So I first posted him, and it went ultra like
Yeah, yeah,
super
yeah.
viral, and everyone was like, "What the you're promoting this?" He paid for a promo post, right? So whatever. So I
Yeah.
posted it, but um, the comments were like, "This fool don't know shit about shit," da da da, because he was talking some gangster shit.
Yeah,
So then I
seen it.
brought him on, and so I asked what everyone was saying in the comments. There's at least 1,000 comments, and they're all like the same, along the same lines, which was, what does this little boy know about the street life?
Yeah.
So I brought him on here and I asked him that in my typical sarcastic way, just teasing him, you know what I'm saying? And fools were really butthurt about that.
I seen it.
That
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
one small portion of a long interview of good game for the little kid and his homie, little boy.
Yeah, that
And
yeah.
both of their parents were present, sitting like 0 feet away. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, yeah. Salute them.
but yeah, it's difficult to navigate dealing with some of these young
Young
men
homies,
because the
yeah.
comments are gonna do what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ask them a question, they take it like, I've asked questions and they just snap back like, "What?" And I'm like, "I'm interviewing you, bro. It's an interview."
No, the kids did
Yeah,
good,
they did good.
but
Yeah,
the comments were like, "Oh, Icon, you're a sick ass hater." I was like, "No, I'm just going along with the
yeah.
narrative
Yeah,
these
yeah,
fools
yeah,
try
yeah,
to
yeah.
paint to prove that these fools
No.
know where they're coming from and they
Yeah. I
have."
remember something he was talking about his homies in jail and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. It's
Obviously,
hard, man.
he's
Yeah, yeah.
not
But
committing
he's
mass
not in
murder.
jail.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's just hard because they're so young. But like we gotta just do the best we can. Like
I remember what I was doing at 13, 14, 15. I was
that's what
a
I'm saying.
horrible young kid. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah.
I'd already been in juvenile hall like 2 or 3 times. So,
Yeah, that's what it is. And that's why I say like the opportunity to be on these platforms is just it fell into our hands for I think for that reason, bro. People can say whatever they want. I hear it too, like, oh, you didn't really do that good in music. Your opinion really ain't shit. And it's like, bro, but
they said that to you, or you're saying that about me?
no, they're saying no. They've said that to me too. No, I'm not lying.
I've been
Not,
played on the
yeah.
radio.
So yeah, but so it's like the way I look at it is like then you get behind the mic. Why am I behind here? You get what I'm saying? Why did God put it's a small community of Latino podcasters, and if we take it to like Southern California, Chicano podcasters or Mexican, it's even smaller. It's like you, Blue, me, Droops, Lucky, No Lames. It's a small 12 or 13, let's say 13 of us. Keep it real. Why those 13? Who put us there? I mean, it's just the way it is. You can say destiny if you believe in God or what. I'm not saying it trying to be all like, oh, it's God's destiny. We're the best. No, we're here. So if our opinions are what people are coming on to get interviewed for and to get their shine on, then it's meant to be, dude. Don't knock us. You get a microphone, start your own shit. And you make your opinion then, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They're leaving it up to us. So we try to do our best that we can. I'm not the greatest rapper of all time, and I'm not the best with opinions. But if I'm on a show as big as the Hater World and people are asking my opinion, I'm gonna give it. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Blue says, hey, what do you think about this rapper? I mean, come on, dog. Use your
No, yeah, I
brain. Like,
feel
come
it.
on, these guys got to use their brain sometimes. Like, I mean, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and whether you like it or not is on you, bro. And then that's what it is. Doesn't mean I'm trying to hold more merit than anybody. Oh, I got more streams than you, or this or that. It's just I'm there in front of the mic, so I'm gonna say
Mm-hmm.
what I say. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but I said I'm more cordial than anything, so I try to make sure that it's more love than constructive criticism or what they would call hate.
Mm-hmm.
I try to make sure it's more love. So
I definitely try to do very specific constructive criticism because there's no point in,
yeah,
that's trash, get it out of
yeah,
here.
bringing down the homies. No,
Nah,
I
like,
mean,
hey, like, do it like this. Maybe
if you want
figure
to
this
give
out.
some type of stuff like that, wait till after the camera and just be like, hey man, I think, I think that hook was boo boo, dog. You know what I mean? And do it. You should have did it like this. But you're young. You got plenty of time. You could do it. That's the type
Mm-hmm.
of shit I be doing. Hey, you're 22. You got all the way till you're 40,
Easily.
but you got to
There's
figure it
people
out.
older than 40 rapping still at this moment, and they're
Yeah,
doing their thing.
they're doing their thing. Yeah, salute to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's and that's part of the game and growing as a person and fucking understanding it. And just if you love, like I love the game of hip hop, so it's like something that I'm okay with. Giving criticism and trying to help people.
What do you think about the state of the game now compared to how it was when we were
Yeah.
running the routes?
I just think it's a lot.
Do you think it's the same, just with or with social media attached to it, or
Nah, it's way different. I think it's a lot easier for someone to get on because of platforms like us.
no? I definitely feel that.
I think way easier. I mean, because now if you know that all you got to do is something crazy,
That's that.
that's it. You just wake up, oh, I'm invited to the No Jumper show. I'm gonna say this, and this, and boom, I'm gonna get. Then now, if they're smart, they'll do that. Plus, they'll have an album ready to go.
Type shit.
Yeah, I mean that's when you're thinking the process. Uh, our range and even the range before, like the Mr. Capone days and all that, it was way different because the outlets weren't putting on. You had to go out there in person on a bus. You had to hand out CDs. Most of the time, people didn't like you if you weren't from their area.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to go to Compton and sell some CDs, and fools are like, "What the fuck you doing over here?"
Mm-hmm.
There's been many. I'm not saying Compton, but there's been many cities where that's happened. Where I went, and they're just like, "Nah, bro, like we ain't." Go to the next town. Like, fuck, go pack your shit and go to the next town, dog. Like selling out the trunk.
No, I feel it. Standing at the food for
Yeah,
less, standing at the this or
yeah,
that.
dog. I printed up 1,000 copies of the Ghetto Boy 3 in 2000 and I think I dropped it in 2021. I printed up 1,000 copies and I got rid of them all, but I'm gonna be honest, I only sold like 400. But 600 I just tossed at shows because this shit was outdated.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a copy that had like I made a booklet on the inside with all my pictures from Imperial Valley with my dad, my grandma.
That's
It
tight.
was for the hardcore fans and they bought it, the 400 spread across
However far.
far, right? I mailed them out, and this other 600 I had to like they were just sitting there because it's not the game no more. You know, that's all done. You don't have to do that no more. Now what you got to do is come on the shows and spit your shit, and hopefully people will catch on. And if you're, like you said, if you're more viral and more flamboyant and more, you're gonna get the attention. So
When
I
I
think it's easier, is
when
what I'm
I
saying.
go to like commercial places that still have like fools passing out CDs or trying to perform like at Venice or something like that, I kind of trip out like, fool, why don't you just I mean, I respect the hustle and sometimes maybe I'll give
Yeah.
them a couple of bucks or whatever, but I wonder why they don't just get on social media and try to figure it out. I guess it's not as
Yeah.
easy as it seems.
Well, it's easy if you have like platforms. Like look at American Cholo's gone now. That was an extra one for our Latino based people.
What do you think about American Cholo bowing out? I don't think he's done. I just think
I
he's
you
going through
know,
some shit.
I mean, well, we interviewed Boo Boo.
Well, I didn't see the interview. What did he say?
He just said, it's family time now for him, and stuff like that.
He's
He's
gone
doing
through
his
some
thing,
shit.
yeah. He's gone through some shit, yeah. I just think,
And for an older gentleman that's already survived a lot of bullshit, I think he's probably over it.
he could be, but he was a good voice, of
He
he's a good
made some
voice,
moves.
yeah. He's a good voice, and like I said, it's another platform for people trying to shine for whatever lane he was in. Like I feel like your lane and us, Hater World, is more of the hip hop rap lane,
Mm-hmm.
And his lane, he had some of them on there too, but he was also a voice for like the politician side. He was a voice for helping the community a
Super
lot. So yeah,
multifaceted.
he's different pods, and you need those because that's how people get on. That's how stuff gets spread. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like, man, right now, like all the stuff we're spreading, all of us that are doing the podcast game for the fire thing, it's just spreading, and it spreads, and then people jump onto it,
Mm-hmm.
and people want to be a part of it too because then it helps them too.
Honestly, I've never seen the amount of community outreach taking place ever in my life, but until these fires, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? The amount of people trying to help is fire.
it's
And whether
fire.
it's
Yeah.
for publicity or whatever
Right,
it's
right.
for,
Yeah, it is what it is.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Get your clout, but they're still helping people, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And a lot of people get mad at me. I keep it a buck. I got a little segment called that. We're doing
Keep it a buck.
keep it a buck. Yeah, I said, that's cool. Like I'm with all that, helping the people in the Palisades and all that stuff. My thing is like I know there's people that their houses burned down that weren't as rich as them, but that specific area, when did they ever come down and help the ghetto? Now, who's helping them? The ghetto. Who's making the awareness? The ghetto. You think it said Mark Wahlberg lost his house. He was in the Palisades. Dr. Dre lives up there. You think they're sitting there worried about any water or a cup of noodles we give them? They're billionaires. They took the loss, yeah, but they got another house. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to like. I'm just keeping it a bug, bro. Now listen.
I completely feel you, and I'm gonna say a little story. So someone said, Icon, help us donate. And I said, cool. I mean, this is not in public. This is like on my
Yeah, yeah,
phone or
yeah.
whatever. A homie from my hood was like, hey, one of my homies, fucking house burned down in the. Obviously, I'm from El Sereno, so that means Pasadena is fucking
Right there.
very
Yeah.
minimal miles away from me. Altadena, close as fuck.
Oh, they're burning too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So the Eaton fire. So that's like all of the San Gabriel Mountain
Yeah,
fucking.
that's the new one that kicked off a couple
Yeah.
days ago.
So for me, that's really close to home. You know what I'm saying? So I know people there, whatever, whatever, whatever. So to get to the bottom of the story, basically is my homie hit me up and he was like, "Hey, I know somebody who was directly affected, dude.
Yeah.
What can anything you could give? Like, look out if you could." And usually, if it was anyone else trying to tell me to do some shit, I'd be like, I might not even respond. But point is, it was my boy from the hood, so I was like, "Look, I'm gonna do this, and that." And then I talked to other human beings in our
Yeah.
circle, and they were like, "He's trying to help out so and so," and I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" It was like, "Oh, that fool's chilling in a penthouse in Vegas right now. That fool's balling
That's what I'm
way."
saying.
He was like, "There's a lot of other people that we know that are not balling that are
Yeah.
doing bad." So I hit up the boy and I was like, "Hey, fool, the donation center that we were gonna go to, I guess they're like martial line it up there, you know what I mean? So like
Oh
they're
shit.
shutting down donation centers or whatever. So he had the donation center he was at, or we're no longer accepting goods. I was like, hey, well, they told me that this place is no longer accepting goods, so I'm just gonna reallocate all the shit that I got to over here, fool, because there's a lot more poor people in this one,
Okay,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Not poor people, but more people in need that
In need, yeah.
actually need it,
That
you know
need
what I'm
that
saying?
shit, yeah.
So that's where I took it.
Yeah. That's what you got to do.
Because ultimately, like,
What's that place in LA called Skid Row?
yeah.
I mean, that shit's been burning down for 50 years. Ain't nobody go there.
Can I be honest?
I keep it a buck.
I've been super homeless in my life, and if you
Me
go to
too.
Skid Row, you want to get high. Like being homeless is being homeless. You could
Yeah,
be
yeah.
homeless in your hood and couch surf your ass off until
Yeah,
the
that
very
shit
end.
sucks though. Yeah, yeah.
But sleeping in the streets, Skid Row style, means you want to be high, in my personal
Oh,
opinion.
you want to do drugs behind? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you want to be high and be over there. Like that's get high land. That's not.
That's not like homeless land.
I mean, it's definitely homeless
Oh, it's
land.
homeless land. Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you could be homeless anywhere, but if you go to Skid Row, you're gonna be
So is
getting
that what it is? Is because it's more of a they choose to be there. Nobody cares, but
because
if
you could stand in
right,
line
right.
and go
But what
into
I'm
one
saying,
of the things. So if you're standing in line and you're going into one of the shelters, that's one thing. I understand that.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
if you're on the streets outside sleeping in a tent, you want to get high because
Okay.
you can't get high and go into them shelters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure like the thinking, is it because they choose to be there homeless? They at some point they made a choice to be homeless and they all have no home there. It's different than not choosing to have your place burned down on accident. So it's a two different type of homeless.
Oh no, absolutely
Yeah, okay,
different.
that
Oh
was
no, absolutely. I don't see someone from Pacific Palisades going and being homeless in Skid Row. They're still gonna get an insurance check of some sort.
yeah, 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 for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got something going on there. Yeah, I mean,
From the very least, a car. You know what I mean? They're gonna be all right.
yeah, most of the people there, because I googled a lot of stuff. They got second, third homes that in the Palisades.
There
Yeah.
was a very popular person's home that burned down that we know, Baby Jokes, Richard.
Oh, from the Mayans.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know him on a personal level. We've encountered each other. I've done photo shoots, whatever, blah blah blah. Um, I think there was a post that was made that were saying like they were being insensitive to him having his home burned down. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
And my thing is whether he has bread or not, it like you said, we're helping all of these Pacific Palisades human beings. How can we sit here and try to shit on
Exactly. Yeah,
Richard having a GoFundMe when we're helping all these strangers? Like, I'm gonna help the homie.
yeah. I mean, before anything, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
give a fuck if we haven't
Because that's
spoken however long.
oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
the
help
thing.
him
Yeah,
before I help. You know what I'm saying?
it's like anywhere you go. Like I was looking at because I did see that. You have like two-story communities, right? And they're like Riverside, and maybe like 90% of the people up there, their house is paid off, but there's always a 10% that are working and paying check to check. I know some Mexican homies that they're in a community like that, and they're like most of my neighbors, their house is paid off, and they got a second one, but I'm here, I'm paying 7,000 a month, and you know what I mean. I'm making my payments, though I make good
That's
money.
fire.
Yeah, but if his shit burned down, he would be the one that would be hurting
The
the
most.
most, not the ones that paid the rich folk that did pay off. He would be the one like, damn, because he wasn't there yet. But the majority of people in the Palisades, they were already there.
No, yeah,
There's a
those homes
few,
have been
yeah, yeah,
remodeled
yeah,
with
yeah,
some
yeah.
fire shit from their
Fire shit,
parents
yeah.
before that, et
There's
cetera,
a
et
few
cetera.
ones like probably the homie. He was just moving. He was still moving
Yeah, he's going up. He's
up.
not
Yeah, yeah,
already
yeah.
plateaued at the
Yeah.
top of the
He's not
mountain.
at Dr. Dre status who lives there. Yeah. So
Exactly.
that's what. Yeah, and I understand that. But like a lot of those rich elite, well, I don't really think they would even give us a soup if we were on the side of the road.
I don't know.
I mean, you don't know. It's true. Come on, dog. You know it's true.
No,
The
I mean,
homie might have. The homie might have. You
no,
know,
yeah, yeah,
he
yeah,
probably
yeah,
would be like,
yeah.
"Oh shit, you hungry?" Because he
There
knows where
are a
we.
couple of good people
Yeah,
in
that's
these
what I. There you
communities.
go.
Don't
Yeah,
get
yeah,
me
yeah.
wrong.
That's what I'm saying. But they're,
Even besides the homies, like there's still some people that are in those communities that are cool as shit. Like
of course.
there's a homie that lives in Calabasas, uh, named Scott Budnick. Scott Budnick, um, is the producer of The Hangover and all kinds of those type of
Oh
movies,
shit.
right? The
Okay.
whole
Yeah.
saga. So he's chilling, right? And he started something called the ARC program, which helps youth offenders that got charged like at 16
Yeah.
for hot ones and whatever to, try to lessen their sentence or what, bring lifers home and all kinds of cool community. So where I'm going with this is okay, like remember how Kim Kardashian visited the prisons that one time and it was like all the rage or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's an individual that's taking these elite people and bringing them to these places to
To show
raise
them, yeah, yeah,
awareness.
to raise their awareness
Like
on
we could
something.
help these people. Like
Yeah.
we don't have to sit up here perched up on the mountaintop. We could come down and
Yeah.
help.
And that's good. And that's where I'm getting at.
So
I
that's
think
one
I
of the
think
homies
that's
that's
good.
super super solid. And
Yeah.
he evacuated and he went to a nice place or whatever.
Of
But
course.
he's down to help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
100%.
And that's good. That's what they need to do. Well, that guy, like stuff like that, to raise awareness, you know,
Hmm.
because us down here, and I say that with respect, because I'm down
Absolutely,
here.
it is what it is.
We have like the biggest hearts, dog. You know, we know what it feels like to be without. So we're gonna give back no matter what, even if
Hmm.
sometimes we disagree on sometimes with certain people in
Things.
society. We still gonna give back. I know I am. You know, I won't hold that grudge when it comes to seeing someone starve or have a roof over their head. I don't care how rich they were. I'm gonna be like, yo, you need come through. I ain't got much. You might have to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're gonna have to
You
rub
might
this
have
dick
to you might
together,
have to
but
sleep with some roaches, but it is what it is. You feel me? Like whatever. Like on some hood shit.
I
But
didn't even plan on necessarily sharing this anytime soon, but I just started a nonprofit organization.
that's
And
dope.
well, because you see, I do all the charities, so I
Yeah,
was
a
like,
lot. Yeah.
why not just make it official? You know what I'm saying? So I totally get doing the help shit because even
Yeah.
Peso was like, who got a nonprofit? Let's help these kids.
I seen him. He's going hard right now on
And
all
I
that
was
shit.
like, I got you. So I'm trying to like lock in some shit so that we could go to a shelter, get the parents and the kids, and take them out somewhere nice and shit like
That's
that.
dope. Yeah.
Hopefully, by the time this airs, like in a week, I actually was able to figure that out.
Shit, Peso did it big. He bring a semi truck full of water.
I'm
I
not
was
mad at
like,
that.
I'm
That
not
was
mad.
fire as hell.
I was like, damn.
He's trying to right now today. I think he's trying to help the firefighters or what have you, because the firefighters are working like nonstop. So he's trying
Yeah.
to go over there and
But,
hit them with some
yeah.
supplies for them and shit.
And that's good too, because that's where a lot of donations should go because they're the ones out there, you know what I'm saying, in the front line, water, food.
I think it's a trip. Like I was telling you that the National Guard is up there shutting down donate. Well, I can't say that they're shutting down donation centers, but they're curfewing it
Yeah.
and shit like
They're
that.
making it hard for them to move, is what they're doing. Yeah.
A little bit, I
They-
think.
Yeah.
And to my knowledge, a lot of donation centers are getting so much things that they're able to be like, yo, take this shit somewhere else. You know what I mean? We got a lot of shit.
Yeah, shit. That's cool.
So that is kind of
Yeah.
cool. I'm not up there at ground zero, so I can't make a super
Yeah.
assessment, but
They said last night, they only have 11% of that Palisades fire contained.
that shit is ripping through. I
11%.
looked at the
That's
fire map
it.
yesterday, and that shit's already getting close to
To like
like
Brentwood and Encino and all that. That's what it was saying. It said 11% contain only.
I've worked in Pacific Palisades as a sign holder. I was like 18 years old.
Oh yeah, you flip the sign.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
didn't flip the sign. I wasn't that crazy with it, but I was holding signs over there for when I
Yeah.
know about Sunset Boulevard and all of that shit right there, and it's all gone. That shit's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
crazy, dude.
Because Sunset ends at Pacific Palisades,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
those of you that don't know. So
Man, I remember it's yeah, it's a nice community. It was. Yeah. Take
I'm
the
sure it will be again.
yeah, probably make a smart city.
That's what they're saying.
Probably.
That's what they're saying.
It's a
It's gonna be
plan.
smart city out.
It's a plan, man. Come on. Everyone got their cut. I'm just kidding, dog. Fuck.
What uh, what do you think about just the game in general these days?
Yeah, I just like I said, I just think it's it's a lot easier. So now's the time for them to do it. You know.
Anybody you got? Who's your top 5 Latin artists right now?
Top 5 Latin artists. I'm gonna go with Peso. He's super dope. I'm gonna still go with G. I'm gonna still go with drummer. Um, I'm gonna throw me in that motherfucker because I'm coming. I'm coming with this new shit, and then I'll probably give it to see who's super dope that I got. Oh, I like Chito Ranas.
Shout out to Mr. Rana.
Yeah, he's tight, bro. You know, and then I'll take the six man off the bench. I'll be the six man off the bench, and I like Gravedigger. He's tight. He's dope.
Gravedigger's pretty hard.
Yeah, he's dope. Different, you know, sounds and stuff. Um, I think who's got the eyes on them to me is Lefty and Rowdy. For some reason, they're always like in the, you know, you know what I'm saying. But if we're talking about like music and shit, like that I could bump, and it's not taking nothing away from them. It's those 5.
I respect
Yeah,
it. The
yeah.
usual suspects.
The usual. As far as the young, you know, old is different. I'll go with the G fellas.
Who are the G fellas?
Slow Pain and them. Slow Pain. But he had that little crew.
Yes,
They
yes, yes.
sounded more mainstream when it wasn't mainstream. Them, I'll go Frank V, like on a lyrical type shit. I'm gonna throw in Mr. Shadow.
Shadow's a bad dude.
Yeah, the old school rappers. Who else was in that motherfucker? Who else did I have in my tape deck here and there? Yeah, it's proper. Those guys, not too many. Not too many. Yeah.
Proper dose. Shout out to Ernie G, Frank V, wherever you are in the world.
Yeah.
We still remember you.
I think he's
Buckaroo.
busted.
He's busted now?
Yeah, I think he's busted. Yeah.
I don't want to say anything too crazy about Frank V, but he's a great guy.
Yeah, he's crazy, dog. He's
Yeah.
cool though. He hit me up too. He's like, I'm in prison. Like recently, I'm in prison. I'm like, shit. You know, do your thing. See when you get out. I got a track with him.
That's tight.
A tight one too, but I just haven't, you know.
Let it fire. You in 2025.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Who's a Disney character that sings that shit? Elsa. Let
Yeah,
it go.
let it
go. Let that shit go, brother. Let that
him
shit
rip.
fly. Yeah, let it rip.
A lot of songs, dude. You know, dude. I tell people like, I got shows coming up. Like I'm a headline in the Bluffs in Nebraska. I haven't been
you're
there.
gonna run that route.
I'm gonna do there.
Who are you gonna take with you?
Probably my little homie from the San Fernando Valley. He's a rapper, Lil Recent. Shout out to him. He's
Little
young.
Recent?
Yeah, Little Recent.
Sounds tight.
Yeah, he's cool. He just dropped a video on my channel like months ago, like 8 months ago. So we're trying to get him going. He's a young buck, you know. So he's got to pick up on the game. Take him. Maybe have Trippy G pull up.
Shout out to Trippy G.
He's doing his thing with over there in G's camp. He's does all the tours with King G right now.
No, that's super dope. He's been around for a while doing his thing.
Yeah, around. He's a lot younger too, bro.
I feel like Trippy, if he was more consistent, does he drop consistently? I don't think he drops that consistently.
Yeah, and then he's not he's a solid homie. He's not one to really get on camera and go.
No, that's okay.
Crazy. That's okay.
I think if he would be more consistent with releasing music, he'd be a lot further along.
Yeah. He's young too. You'd be surprised. He's not that.
He's not that old?
No. So, take him, and then I'll probably do that one and do Arizona for sure. I've been posting it because I've been trying to motivate the young homies. Like, you don't have to be signed to a label. You don't have to do none of that. You just have to go get it. Because a lot of people nowadays, they're looking to be signed like Lefty and be signed like Rowdy and be signed like these guys. But
these are independent labels.
Yeah.
That are being funded by themselves. I'm not saying Lefty's funding himself, but I'm saying like it's like you.
It's no different than a dude off the streets getting in his bag. Yeah. Same shit.
I think if you wanted to, you could probably help somebody with some marketing budget.
Yeah, but it's for sure. You need that Eyekon or what, dog?
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, but yeah.
I have all the tricks up my sleeve. I'm all right.
Yeah, you already know how it is. But yeah, what you just said is exactly what it is, dog, and that's factual. But yeah, I always tell the young homies, like, you can go get a show yourself. It's all about, too, but in the game, like over the years, I met a lot of promoters. So the ones that maybe you guys knew, G knows, revenue or
And it's the same thing. It's a small
a
circle
small
of
circle.
promoters.
Yeah. So, they might be messing with the rapper.
Like fucking
Uh,
Enos, this, that.
yeah,
You
Enos
want
is
to
a
get
promoter.
bougie,
Yeah.
Sean Healy and whoever else.
Yeah, Enos, salute Enos, he's put me on some shows with Bravo. I did some shows.
Fire.
Yeah, keep me going like in the last couple of years. Like I did one in Albuquerque. Bravo show sold
And what they
out.
don't know is Enos used to rap. He used to
Yeah.
fucking open up at fucking I Suppose shows too.
Yeah, Enos was a rapper. So, you meet these connections and then if you're, in good standing with them, then you broker your deal
And that's that.
and say, yeah, hey, listen, I got this coming. Do they like this? Where are you at? They're like, oh, they know that song. They don't know it over here, but they know it over here. All right, cool. Can we do something? Yeah, we can get 200 people there. All right, cool. That's a dope show. Boom, go do it.
Easy peasy.
Try to do it. To go to the next place, and that's where it's at. When you don't have like a real strong independent label, because there's some strong independent labels out there that
And
are
then I
strong.
would say, even when you go to these shows, make sure you take some kind of merch with you. When I was
There
doing
you
it, I
go.
had shirts and posters and CDs.
Yeah, merch and
I don't expect anyone to play a CD these days, but a little poster is fire.
yeah.
I don't give a fuck if they crumpled it up later. If they still caught something and they still were able to have something in hand. You remember, you know the
Yeah, I
vibes.
know the vibes. Yeah, I think when you start off young, you got to go and go for it because you're gonna go through those times where there's only 10 people at your show. And I think a lot of people want even now I've seen and I'm not going to say which rappers, and I've heard of rappers that are doing it real big, and then their shows you go and there's like 9 people there. I've seen it, I've heard of it, and I know it's true.
I've endured that type
Yeah.
of scenario. Maybe
That's
not nine
that's
people. 9 people is just us. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, back then, yeah, but
But
I'm
no,
saying
I feel it.
yeah,
Sometimes it was
it happens.
only just some fools there, but nah, yeah.
It happens. So when you're young, just go through it. That's where you gain because, man, you got to get to the spot where if there's 15 people and tell those 15 people, hey, next time bring
A plus one or
a
two.
plus one or two. Here's my merch. Here's my shirt. Here's my CD. This is my Spotify or whatever. And then when you come back, there could be 37 people, and you got to do it like that. And until you get known and shit like that, bro. That's what I try to tell the young homies. Don't just stay in Cali. I think a lot of homies they get stuck in Cali. And yes, you can make money just being a Cali rapper.
If you get kind of cool, if you become kind of cool, take that shit out of state and you'll be super
It's
cooler over
super
there.
cool. Yeah. If you get it cool here, and yeah, you could do it like that. And either way, you just got to grind and get it how you get it because, dude, how many rappers are there, bro?
Quite a few.
When we were coming up, it wasn't as many.
It wasn't as many.
The only rapper from a small town was probably me. Now if you go to Brawley and you go to there's a rapper from my hood, Nyland, Shy Boy Take Money from my hood.
His name sounds fire.
Yeah, he's all banged out and shit. And
The people that I remember from Imperial Valley are like Big Swisher,
what, Brawley?
Money,
Yeah, money was there.
Money Boy, because that's like Big Swisher's. It was Big
Yeah,
Swisher's
yeah, yeah.
protege
I know
per
him all.
se.
Yeah, yeah.
There was another guy that Big Swisher was with. What was his name? I
I
want to
don't
say maybe
remember.
Cartoon. I could be wrong. Is that his name?
Man, I don't know. I know Money, and then Big Swisher. But now,
I don't know.
no lie, there's like 15 more artists.
Are they hard?
I don't know them all. Money says there's a bunch of dope ones out there. I haven't. The only one that I know because her fame is J Rocks, because she's super big.
Shout to MC
And then
Magic.
people hit me up. Shy Boy Take Money. He's from my hood. He's like, hey, I took your hook and I put it in my song. And then like another homie in Calexico. So I'm like, dang. Well, that's what I'm saying is it's really like tripled. I don't remember when I was coming up, and it's no disrespect to any other cities, but I don't remember like rappers being from Hemet. Now they have rappers from Hemet, or from Paris, or because I live out there. I'm not knocking nobody, dawg. I'm just saying like I don't remember anybody coming out of those little towns around the area.
And now they're doing it.
Now everybody,
Maybe there was someone there this whole fucking time.
I
and
mean, we
just
didn't know
because of social media.
because of social. There you go. There it is
They
right
didn't
there.
spread their wings far
Yeah.
enough to leave the city.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So now you can see everything. Temecula, Lake Elsinore. I mean, I'm sure the list goes on in LA and every city. Shit, you could probably find someone in that city right before Vegas.
Which is what?
Well, whatever it's called, Borderline, or the little town or whatever it is.
I'm think
I'm pretty sure there's somebody
I feel
somewhere
it.
that,
Yeah, there's someone right there kicking
somebody's,
some rhymes.
yeah, kicking it. It's different now. It's everybody's trying to get in on it. Like, and social media, it makes it, which is a good thing for them. It can make it easier for one of them to blow. Their chances are better. Because if you had to get it out the mud like we did, and there was this many rappers, it would only be the ones that actually had skill.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up, dog. The skill, because looks wouldn't matter without a platform. Think about it. There was really no platforms back there. You had to get on Power 106 or you understand what I'm saying? So back in 2013, didn't care how you looked. They only cared about how you spit on stage, and then that had to travel from the fans. Like if you did a show with I suppose and you rocked it, then they would go and be like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? That's
Put
what
us on a phone case. I remember that shit.
that's what it is, bro. That's what it
Fools
is.
don't know about that shit.
Now it's like you could just see them. They don't have to sound good or you know they just have to be seen, which is good, bro. That's good. I'm okay with that. You
I'm not
know,
mad at it.
I'm not mad at it, dog. It is what it is. We still. I was gonna tell you, we still here. It's
Facts.
for a long time and probably another 10 years doing something in music because we ain't that old.
I got secret plays and shit, so I'm
That's
gonna
what I'm
be around
saying.
forever, baby.
That's right, my boy. I feel it. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you motherfuckers might be part of something that I have ownership of, and you don't even know it.
yeah, maybe shit, maybe later on. You never know.
Yeah, man.
It is what it is. But yeah, man, I'm on a good venture right now. I got
What's
music.
2025 got for you?
I'm gonna drop a gang of videos for sure. I'm gonna start off with that look one and new music shows. I'm gonna do a lot of shows. Definitely gonna go harder on the podcasting and try to get better at what I do because I'm only 5 months in, I think,
That's
six
fire.
months, yeah, doing it. So
Seems like longer, huh?
yeah, and it's cool though, cause my family they're like, hey, it's like they're on that. I don't want to say that godly shit, but they're just like, hey, it's something that might be meant for you to do, and you can help people and shit like that, and give your opinion and try to guide people. So I think that's dope. And like I said, we still here,
Facts.
and I'm gonna do a bunch of shows. I'm gonna drop at least 10 videos this year.
That's a lot.
At
That's
least
fire.
10, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so just to get me back in the loop with that, I got so many songs, and I don't think I'm gonna be putting on like my own artists on the label except the one I have, Lil Recent, because he's already signed with me. So I'll that's the only artist I'm like focused on. And then but I'm definitely gonna help out like any young homies that need any guidance or help. I'll push them the right way, for sure. And that's it, dog. Trying to do the hater world shit, man. It's been pretty cool. They're like family now. You know,
Where's the other co-host? Is it
who's that?
Playboy?
Oh yeah, he's chilling, family life. Yeah.
How come that fool doesn't pop out?
Oh, he will eventually. I don't know his
Special
reasons
occasions.
now. Yeah, but he will. He'll pop out. You've been to the warehouse, huh? Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, of
yeah. Go
course.
yeah, yeah. We got plenty of room, to do to do other
To fuck
shows and
around,
yeah,
yeah.
fuck around. Maybe one day I'll have my own
Little thing.
segment, where I could do it. I'm like I feel like I'm more raw. Like I mean like blue is raw, but I could be really raw. Like I hold back because I got a certain position I hold. You know what I'm saying? But I want a segment where it's raw. Like we could get
Where
like
you really let it rip?
we let it rip, dog, and let it go, fool.
Do you?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like let it flow. Like, look, dog, boom, 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 like that. And it fits me more. And like my people that I don't want to see me do that. Then that's what we going for is to find where you're. And if it never happens, cool. I'm not tripping. I don't think that I could do my own whole like podcast with a warehouse. Too much time, bro.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a time thing. I see you guys grinding. I see Blue always working. He's always
So
working,
I
dog.
trip out. I asked that fool, like, does your lady know you exist still? Like, cause
He's
you're
he
there
that motherfucker works hard,
all
dog.
day,
He
all night.
yeah, you can say what you want about Blue and this and that, but that boy could work. He works, and that's good. But me, I'm more. I play the co-host role. You know, I'm cool.
He's like, I'll
I'm
be here
cool.
for 2 hours. I'll
Yeah,
see
I'm
you fools
saying yes.
later.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is a lot of shit, and you got to do in the studio. You got to prepare this and prepare that, and then he still got to go live and do his solo shit to make that bread. You know,
Mm-hmm.
then he's the biggest target on the pod. You know what I'm saying? He's
It's a
he's
cold world, baby.
it's a cold world, but he takes it all in, takes it like a champ. And that's why I give him his respect, you know. He's a brother to me, dog. Droops too. Droops is new on, but we're all gelling together.
Troops is cool.
Yeah, Droops he brings a different vibe to the pod, you know. And so, you know, we doing it. We're elevating and but we hate to see when there's a podcast that stops like American Show, no matter what the competition is. Cause it's just like music, you know. I
It is
mean,
what
they
it
were
is.
all competition in a way, but to see someone go that has a good voice is like it hurts. It hurt because some of the things that we don't do, you do, or we don't ask, you ask. Some of the shit you don't ask, we gonna ask, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then now it leaves it on you to ask. Like we ain't gonna talk about what Gil talked about, politics and stuff like that. So now where does that go with our people? Who's gonna be the
I
person?
don't have time to be studying all that political
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. Like there's certain things that we all bring to the table. What I was saying, and then when you lose it, it's like it kind of hurts. You know, you see the fluctuation too. Like I noticed, like some people from over there are coming on here and probably on yours too, because
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing for them to
Consume.
watch except
Mm-hmm.
us. You know, and that's what I say when people be hating. It's like you hating fool, but you're tuned in, and you definitely want to interview. You know what I mean? Like you definitely coming on. I mean, you can say all you wanna, whatever. I suck or this that. I never made a hit or whatever you want to say. But you coming on the pod. You know what I mean? And you're gonna come on and get your shine. Like it's facts, bro.
It is what it
It is
is.
what it is. Keeping it a bug. You know me, dog. I'm gonna say what I say, dog.
Is there anything you want to leave the people with before we clock out, Mr. Opina?
Man, just stay tuned. We got a lot of new music, new videos coming for 2025, and just keep tapping into all our podcasts, man. Right here, at LA Icon TV and HaterWorld, all of them, man. I'm not gonna throw no shade on nobody, because we all need that. And salute my sponsor. I got a sponsor now. Salute my sponsor in Riverside. Appreciate you funding everything this year, videos and everything. And
You're not gonna shout them out, or is that your shout out?
nah, it's just
Oh, you're not gonna name them.
yeah, we're not gonna name them.
I
Yeah, that's a
respect
big one.
it. I
Yeah,
thought it was a
salute.
business. I was like, say the fucking
Yeah,
business,
yeah,
dickhead.
yeah. Oh, yeah, it is a business, but we're gonna keep it anonymous. And then, you know what I'm saying? And salute LA Icon. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you guys. That's it, dog. Yeah, got into it a little bit. Yeah, shit.
My
Nobody.
guy Opina. Make sure you guys hit that like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you follow the homie. His Instagram was appeared in the beginning of this episode. Yeah, check out all the homies on the Haters World. You know what it is. My name is LA Icon, and we're out of here, buckaroos.
That's crazy.